Hello everyone. After locating every single temp wire, we discovered the truth on who were actually talking in those recordings. And we also pinpointed a location towards some fancy suit that we really shouldn't have on these layers. And afterwards we also got a message from Mirage, who had a job for us which could potentially help us get off the planet. Which I'm not sure why they really want to take it, to be honest, because Mirage already told us, basically, that she wanted to use us as guinea pigs because we survived the blast back in the day. And also, our companions are cubes. I feel like they are gonna be guinea pigs as well, either way, so why leave the planet at this point? But anyway, I wanted to show you guys this contraption real quick. These are a bunch of blast furnaces, and I set up a semi-automatic way to fuel them and deliver the ores to them. It's semi-automatic because everything has to be thrown into these boxes. Eventually, we'll move this, but this will probably be the floor on which I'll use the blast furnaces. We'll have to figure out a way to actually get explosives as well as all the ores in here. I'm thinking of just knocking out a wall over there and having them go through there. However, I want to have the stack inserters first for that. Just so we can free up some space here, because right now we can't even pull items from it anyway. Alright, let's head to level 10 and see what this suit and other signals are about. Alright, so one of them should be in here. We opened this a while back. It wasn't too expensive. I'm guessing it's not expensive because this seems to be a story progressive area. So where is it pointing us towards?
The access code worked. Interesting.
Nothing in here but a bunch of old mech suit parts, ma'am. And I don't think any of them are salvageable.
I see.
It must be damage from that decay wave you've been talking about. Nothing here was sealed away.
Then scan them! Retrieve the schematics! Build more in that factory! So you do anyways.
Major, restrain yourself.
These fragments don't have schematic data. They're too far gone. If it helps, we have long-range sensors going right now that seem to have picked up on some additional mech suits, but they haven't triangulated a position yet.
I'm aware of the long-range sensors you have in the pulse room, Sergeant. All they're going to find in Sector Sierra is more broken suits. And I would know. I've been stuck inside one of them for weeks. Remote control of these mechanical suits is how I was able to conduct this research in secret, hidden away, much like you were. But the suits have been disintegrating ever since that energy wave went out from the core. And without spare parts to repair the suit I am in personally, I will be trapped within it. Forever.
Which is why you sent us to find parts for you here. You haven't managed to contact command, have you?
No. The surface is silent. Every sector is silent. Even Pacific, who gave me the order to contain Sector Victor directly, is nowhere to be found. And all the while, the decay accelerates at a rate that defies every scientific principle we have ever known. Even now, I can feel it burning through me. Right when I was on the verge of connecting all of it to the monoliths, to the bottles, to the cubes. I was so close.
Major.
Impossible energy, unleashed by a seismic event. The power to unmake an entire world. Interruption. Techtonica.
Major? Major!
I'm still detecting a life sign, sir, but something is interfering with the transmission. She's gone. What do we do now?
We find her. If the long-range sensors of the pulse room are triangulating every mechanical suit in Sierra, one of them will contain the Major.
It doesn't seem like we have much time to save her.
If we cannot negate this wave of energy, Sergeant, I do not believe we will be saving anything. And we cannot do it without Mirage. If the Groundbreaker was unintentionally responsible, I'm sure they will help us make it right. For now, we should utilize the excavator bit we found here to restore elevator options and continue on to Sector Sierra.
Well, that was quite interesting. I mean, it kind of shows why Mirage is also kind of a bitch, to be fair. She was stuck in those suits for weeks. But also, she could have said something and would have probably tried to help her instead of trying to kill us. It is very confusing and very weird. Now, our next objective would be to go to Sierra, which isn't actually a objective, interesting. What I am really glad about, though, is that we got a ton of these Mark V drill bits. I'm not sure if this will be enough to shoot us over the edge, but we sure as hell can try. Also, we got a sand pump. What is this? Adapted pump system for displacing massive amounts of regenerative sand in Sector Sierra. Lowers ambient floor elevation. Okay, so Sierra sounds kind of like a desert area to me. Either that or a beach, but I will assume that there is no beach underground. I also never noticed that when you're drilling up the elevator, there's a bunch of debris falling down. That's actually very cool. Alright, one more drill bit and we're at Sierra.
Elevation to production terminal Sierra restored.
About time. The next one is a couple thousand away. All things considered though, that is not actually that far. However, we're also not producing the tier 5s yet. But let's check it out.
Environmental transition in effect. Production terminal detected. Warning. Power connection to Sector Victor has been permanently severed. All energy generating facilities must be reconstructed.
Mirage.
Okay, so apparently we don't have any power up here. Kinda unfortunate. It also looks like there's a ton of new resources to find up here. Alright, so we're gonna have to figure out something to get power going here. First, you know, I want to check out if that is true. Yeah, we don't have any power up here. Never trust a robot. So there seems to be a bunch of stuff up here. And then that over there seems to be the production terminal. Let's go check up here first before we go to the production terminal. Oh, these are some long stack filters. Actually, never mind. I thought these were something else. I thought they were just the regular long filters. Pressure power trim. I assume that a lot of the stuff that we're unlocking is noted under Sierra, right? Yeah, that's tier 2 stuff. Well, we'll get to that point later. I'm not really planning to upgrade the facilities just yet. It does look really nice here, though. It has a completely different vibe as well. And this just leads back down? Oh, but at least to this. This looks like one of those sand pumps we found earlier. It is. You know what this reminds me a lot of? Deep Rock Galactic. You have this desert world in that game as well. And it looks so similar. I wonder, right? Does this mean that Calyx itself is a desert planet? Because if we're not that far away from the surface, that would probably mean that there's a lot of sand up there. Some cactuses as well. More of these sand pumps. You know, I just thought about it. We're kind of in a hurry to save Mirage. I'm just out here exploring. Well, I'm sure she'll be fine. I mean, she survived weeks, right? Didn't ask for help, so why start now? Hey, what's this? The HP Vert Jets. I imagine that's a stronger version of the jetpack, maybe? These trees, though, they look amazing. Like, I really like the leaves that it has. It looks crazy. Alright, I think with that, let's inspect Sierra. Gearboxes and water wheels.
Sector Sierra. Desolate. I don't believe either of us would have many memories of this place.
I don't remember the PT, but I definitely remember the terrain. Continuously regenerating sand pits were not a dream come true for a recon team.
Was it not relatively simple to modify our fuel pumps to process sand instead?
It was, until we remembered that they need water to run. Not exactly what deserts are known for. Toughest workaround we ever figured out, but we did it.
A worthwhile endeavor. The sooner we find one of these sand pump fragments, the sooner our search for Mirage can begin.
I wonder if that means that it's doing something else than I thought. Do these sand pumps also produce power? Okay, well, it doesn't seem that. It's just pumping up sand. Regular sand at that. It's burning through this fuel quick. What the hell? Oh my god, look how quick it goes through the biofuel. This BioBrick diesel is some of the strongest, or is the strongest stuff I'm pretty sure we have, and it just eats through it. That's insane.
Warning. Sand pump fuel on PT Sierra level exhausted. Ambient sand elevation rising.
Excellent. I can see that the sand elevation is beginning to reduce already.
Start thinking about how you plan to build vertically here, Breaker. The ups and downs of up and down.
So it actually is able to get rid of the sand completely? That is also kind of interesting. It would need multiple though, so it's not something we can do right now. I guess for now, let's start working on repairing Sierra. So we need to get 10 gearboxes for that. And those are 100 mechanical components. It sounds like a lot. I mean, it is a lot, especially right now. However, seeing as we have a ton of them in the system, we're actually producing them at an excess rate. We have tons. Alright, this will produce 20 of them eventually. So it also seems like we're stuck on this floor for a little while. So we need relay circuits. But I was looking at it, and I don't see them anywhere in here. Meaning we have not unlocked them yet. That is kind of weird because we unlocked the excavator bit 5 a while back. And we're almost at level 6. It seems like we're also unlocking something to mass-produce biobricks, as well as mass-produce the biobrick diesel. And that is good, because we're going to need a lot of that. Oh no, green core production. We're going to have to do some of that soon, I guess. I think this is it, advanced optimization. I can't see what it is yet, because we haven't unlocked it yet. But the picture looks the same, so it probably unlocks those circuits. Either that or it's this. Yeah, no, never mind, it's this one right here. So X-ray needs to be upgraded. That's fine, we can actually easily do that. Anyway, for now though, we have the stuff we need in order to fix up Sierra. So let's slot these things in, repair the terminal. And then it wants glass as well as carbon frames, which we don't have, of course. But glass is probably made from the sand, and carbon frames probably from something else around here. Yeah, it seems like we're gonna have to produce a lot of green cores. Relay circuits and electric motors, as well as the blue ones. That's gonna be quite the pain. We don't produce either electric or relays. And let's just unlock whatever we can. So it seems like Sierra is really focused on mass producing. And we're gonna need a bunch of the new stuff, like sesamite gel, carbon powder bricks. Ooh, tier 3 smelters are up here. Ooh, we're also gonna get gold. So that could be quite fun. That sounds like we're gonna have a big upgrade towards our smelting system. Right, I'm looking at this. The sesamite powder is made within the smelters, so we need some sesamite gel for that. How the heck we're gonna get that gel? I was gonna say I don't know, but apparently from here. Shiverthorn gel as well as sand. And then to get Shiverthorn gel, we need 100 Shiverthorn extract. We have tons of that stuff, so that's actually pretty good. Alright, so ultimately, in order to make the green cores, we're gonna need a ton of blue ones. We're already producing those, so that's not a big deal. The big thing here would be electric frames. They require 4 wire spindle. In order to make the wire spindle, we need 100 copper wires. So similarly to these bloody gearboxes, we're gonna need an absolute ton of resources. And that's just for those motors. The relay circuits, they require 50 advanced circuits. Ultimately, I don't think that's that bad, because we're already producing those as well at a pretty decent rate. However, we're gonna need a ton of them just to make one green core. Also, in order to make the tier 5 drill bits, we're gonna need a lot of tier 4s, which we have, so that's fine. A ton of steel frames, which we also have a lot of, because I've been producing that for a while now. The big one is the tier 2 freshers, as that also uses the electric motors and relays. And that is just some of the old stuff, because right now we're gonna have to figure out how to make glass, as well as carbon frames. Glass, very simple, it requires sand in the smelter. And carbon frames I don't see here yet. That probably means we don't have them unlocked yet, I would imagine. Here they are, the carbon frames. So after we unlock them, steel frames, copper frames, as well as carbon powder brick, which is 500 carbon powder. Here it is, carbon powder. I'm guessing it has to do with blast smelting, if I'm looking at this. But we need to unlock tier 4 of X-ray for that. So in order to finish up Sierra, we would have to complete a lot more of the previous ones. I think Victor is actually almost done, isn't it? Yeah, we only have 2 more here. So yeah, I think we have a fun project for next episode. But also, what is this? Utilize an alternate schematic to craft any product in an assembly. Let's go back to Victor for a second, seeing as we have power there. Otherwise I would have done it here. Alright, so it wants us to make an alternate recipe. Now, we've been doing that for a while now, I think. Or maybe it just means something like this. So there are some recipes for, like this one, for example. Instead of creating 4 Shiverthorn coolant, it creates 500. The easiest one right now would be this one, the wire spindles. That's only 2 copper blocks. Actually, what I just said about it being crazy expensive, maybe it's not. It just tries to push us towards using the slabs instead. I'll have to get those though. There we go, let's craft one of those. Maybe it's not what it means, because it's not going away. It also shows a picture of the Mark 1 assembly. So let's just put that one down and produce one of them in here.
Utilize sesamite powder in conjunction with standard biobricks for enhanced production of high-density fuel.
No. So I was working towards getting one of the alternate recipes. And honestly, I don't even remember which one, to be fair. It's been a little while now. It still takes a while to make, man. I think I was working on, well, whatever we were gonna make. We needed a ton of this stuff. The sesamite coolant. Alright, let's make the alternate version of the biobrick diesel. At least I hope they see this as an alternate crafting recipe. At the end of the day, it's actually another one of our new objectives anyway. There we go, we produced some of this. It did not tick off the quest. I did the other one though. Is there not another way of seeing alternate crafting recipes? Like the ones that would count? Well, we might eventually get this just by pure accident. If any of you have any information on this, please let me know. It's still at 0%, so clearly we're not doing it right. But right now, I'm going to be leaving it off over here. We've reached PT Sierra, which honestly is a huge milestone. What I think I'll do for the next episode is focus on these production terminal upgrades. We're going to need quite a lot of them anyway in order to do more stuff here in Sierra. And I also want to see if I can set up an automated way in order to make tier 5 drill bits, just so we can progress through the final few layers. Because as far as I know, if we go up in the tech tree, level 15 mech seems to be the max height for right now. So for now, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye everyone.